There's no two ways about it, we are definitely getting a Seth Rollins versus Triple H feud soon. Otherwise, what the hell happened? I mean, Seth Rollins came out on Raw and called out the game. We are full steam ahead with this. When it all goes down though, there's no two ways about it. Seth Rollins has got to get the victory over Triple H. Why? Here's why. Oh, by the way, I'm Simon from What Culture. Now, I like Triple H. For all the hoopla about him and his career, I've always been a fan of the man, and he's the reason I started lifting weights. So he's directly responsible for a huge part of my life. That's really important. Can't just flick that away, man. I also believe he's done a lot for the wrestling business, especially since he took on a backstage role. As one of the boys, he understands pro wrestlers, and because he understands them, he treats them and books them as they'd like to be booked and as they'd like to be treated. Or you'd hope so anyway. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of the nonsense we heard over the years was true. But as I don't know 100%, I'm not going to touch upon it here. I will, however, say that things like Katie Vick were among the worst in pro wrestling history. You don't hump a fake dead person on TV. That's not entertaining. I don't care who you are. The point being, Triple H is a major name in the industry and, whether you like it or not, a legend. And being in that kind of position gives you certain perks that other people don't have. In this case, the power to put over younger dudes and have that mean something. And guess who I'm referring to right now? Now, if you didn't think about Seth Rollins when I said that, you've completely misunderstood the start of the video, the title of the video, and pretty much everything so far in life. Seth Rollins has had a successful run with the WWE so far. Injuries and a few slight bobbles aside, his time with the Shield was great, and his time as WWE Champion, while debatable, was still pretty much great. It cemented him as one of the company's top guys, and his matches are usually second to none. I mean, that man can go. His current face turn, however, isn't exactly what you'd call a highlight. I mean, it's not terrible, and it's still finding its way, but it's not like we're going to arenas and men are screaming their lungs out, women are shouting at the tops of their voices, children are crying. I don't think we're getting any of that. A large reason for this is that he hasn't had that big moment yet. A turn is usually greeted by a significant segment, such as when Rollins turned heel. No matter what he did after that point, we all remember him taking a step back and walloping Roman Reigns with a steel chair, and in the process, breaking up one of the most popular groups in recent memory. Once you've done that, you can kind of ride that wave for a little while. Currently, he can't do that. I mean, why is Seth Rollins a face? It's mostly because Triple H aligned himself with Kevin Owens, because at that point, Seth Rollins was more than willing to get the help from Triple H. So, as of me talking to you, he's done nothing, morally speaking, to make us go, Seth Rollins is a new man. But that is where the game comes in. There is an obvious storyline waiting to be played out between the two, with their relationship now soured, and the fact that Triple H pretty much ragged on Seth Rollins throughout the entire Authority's run. There's genuine beef here before we've even begun. On the other side, Rollins has stolen Triple H's famous finisher and is using it without a care in the world. That's fine when you're all buddy-buddy, but when you're not, he's just taking the piss. There's other elements you can work into, but mainly and mostly you want to make sure that Seth Rollins wins that match, and he's got to win it on one of the biggest stages of them all, e.g. WrestleMania. If this happens and happens the right way, which means Rollins has got to win clean, there is so much going forward that WWE can capitalize on. And you've got to find the balance. Rollins can't come out and act like an arrogant dick as a conquering hero. I'd buy into that. A lot of this relies on Triple H too, and him going back to his full-on heel role. A lot of people forget that when he wants to be a really bad guy, he can be a really bad guy. And of course, the reason that people forget this is that when he did it before, he was doing it with Roman Reigns, and we all know how that goes. Roman Reigns could go into a burning building and save a child, and we'd still all boo him. And then we'd boo the child. Just because. Anyway, Seth looking dominant and Seth beating someone we have a genuine gripe with allows us to start reacting to him in the way that WWE would like us to start reacting to him. We're not just cheering him because he's awesome in the ring or the better of two evils. We're cheering him because he's now a force for good in the WWE, something that is completely lost in modern day pro wrestling. Now that's not an easy thing to pull off. It still requires a lot on Seth's part. He's got to make sure he's got that fire, and he's got to make sure he's got that sympathy. But maybe That's what he's getting to grips with now, as he just teases with being a face. If I am right, then this lukewarm run is currently for the best because it's allowing him to experiment and see what he's comfortable with. When it's time to step up, such experience is going to benefit him no end. If nothing else, Triple H cannot win. At this stage, Triple H could lose to a caterpillar and I wouldn't think any less of him. His star is too bright and his name is too big. I will always buy him as a top star until he's like 60 or something. Because no one's scared of a 60-year-old. Well, that's not true. People are scared of Vince McMahon and he's 72. But that is an exception to the rule. But when you've got a situation where one guy can lose with no bother and the other guy has to win to benefit his career, then why muck around with the obvious? Just go into WrestleMania 33 with that match, make sure that Rollins has his hand raised at the end, and everybody is going to benefit. It will boost his career to the next level, and as we've said before, it's all about levels and making sure you continue to go up the levels. It's like a video game, and that's why you've got to make sure it happens. I'm sure videos like this will help that no end, because why wouldn't WWE watch this and go, "You're right, Simon, we're going to go with your idea"? It's probably because I'm a schmo. So what are you going to do? Now, don't forget to comment below and let us know what you think about all this, and then like, share, and subscribe, because doing all of that will make your life 43.2% better. Then come follow me on Twitter at SimonMiller316, and that will make your life 22.9% worse. I'm Simon from What Culture, and when I have my eggs, they're not usually fried. It's time to stand up, because you've just been wide. And yes, that made perfect sense.
If you're a fan of the videos that What Culture puts out on its YouTube channels, why not join What Culture Extra, our subscription service for paying members? For paying just a small fee every month, you get access to exclusive lists, pipe bombs, booking videos, wrestling's worst merch, live streams for Raw and SmackDown every single week, exclusive WTF videos looking back at classic pay-per-views. Also, there's exclusive interviews, documentaries, Q&As, short films, and if you're a fan of WCPW, every episode of Loaded will be uploaded one day early, and you'll be able to view the episode in its entirety. And included in the price are all of our pay-per-views, such as Refuse to Lose and the upcoming Delete WCPW. All that for just $6.99 a month, or just over $5 for UK fans, and you can cancel at any time. For more information and to sign up, go to whatculture.com/extra.